The next one, I actually don't really know how it is called, but it is a new Bump of Chicken video. So I would say let's simply jump into that. I really like this monochrome color scheme right now. It looks really hand-drawn, but it could also be some really stylistic real-life recording. Like this is hand-drawn, all of these texture with these bubbles in it.
夜が終わる前に追いつけるかな同じ坂道の上の違う位置で同じ場所に向けて歩いてるんだ
So these are manga panels from an existing manga? I don't know. But I really like the framing here again. Here we are having another picture-in-picture with this really moody night manga panel. I really like that one. With the silhouette of the environment and only these electric wires reaching into the sky. And now we are having these manga panels on top of this sheet of paper, of this school writing sheet of paper. Cool drawing of an astronaut, and so far I really like the flow of the whole video. Like the music is quite calm and the pictures are also not super fast, it's all flowing well together. But let's go back to this astronaut drawing. I also really like the framing here of how this wire is guiding the viewer from a really close to way far in the distance, which gives us some nice perspective and some nice volume in this whole drawing, which only has this black background and nothing else, but we still get some sense of scale now because of this line. I think it's actually funny that they used this paper background again in a video of a Bump of Chicken song, because in this video they also used this kind of style, funnily. The music was also made by Bump of Chicken. So I think it's funny that it kind of has the same idea behind it. With these drawings in the background and the sheet of paper as a frame, and it has this manga panel aesthetic. But this is of course only black and white. And these are live action materials now. So that's funny that we are really playing with this style of hybrid live action, hybrid manga style. Was there some movement in the back? Okay, that's cool that they are unfolding here this drawing as well. But you can see that they had to do it digitally because it doesn't really align. Okay, also I really like this water effect now, that the water is more and more getting control of the sheets of paper. Here are a lot more effects going on, as you can see in the first place, like this doubling of these drawings here in the background. Then of course these other overlays that are slightly moving as well.
プラだだからついてきたんだ
Ah, okay, so are both now astronauts? This is also a really cool picture. And I think it's super interesting that every time when we are in this space, we are completely losing this framing. And instead we are getting the full picture.
わかりやすいだろうちょっとしんどいけ
And here, I like that they are both on different pages here. These are probably the rooms, and this room is completely full of space thing, while this one is empty. Although, these are actually the same characters as on this poster. I just realized that this one is here, and this eye creature is here.
楽しいよ
Oh, that's a cool animation of a walk. That's really cool, and with a lot of effects. Like here it's looking like a paper flip. Like from paper to paper we are getting another drawing. And here they probably recorded the same sheet of paper. But actually it's all different drawings from the same thing, from this space thing, with different props in the foreground.
ああいう震える小さな花を見つけたから闇が怖くないのは君のおかげなんだよ君も歩いた道だから言いたいことはないよ聞きたいこともないよただ届けたいことならちょっとあるんだ
Cool way of using the manga pages to tell the story in this music video. Of course, it has a lot of similarities to the Shonen Jump manga videos, like these. Here they are doing the same thing, and Shueisha made a whole series out of that. So this is kind of the same approach.
あるんだついてきたっていう馬鹿げた事実に価値などないけどそれだけ知ってほしく
But I really like these live action effects that they're putting on top of that one, because this is so interesting that they are using this shadow that is going over this sheet of paper to enhance their story and to bring another aspect into the story, like going out of the shadow into the light.
欲しくてさそれくらい先にいるんだろう離れて
And now, since the music is starting to get faster, also the cuts are faster and we are having way more movement than before. Oh yeah. Really nice framing with all of these little parts, and also how they are guiding us, that we are starting with this eye close-up, going over to this wall, seeing this jackets, another little detail, and then we are seeing the whole room.
がてら少し休むよどうでもいいけどさ水筒って便利だ
Hey, that's also a cool animation how they folded it and unfolded it.
って便利だ寝転んでみた夜空に静寂は笑って月がにじんで揺れるわからない何かで胸がいっぱいだ
And here he is older.
疲れても足は動いてくれる同じ場所に向けて歩いてたんじゃない僕は君に向かってるんだ一緒に生きてることは当たり前じゃない別々の呼吸を懸命に読み合ってここまで
But I think it's really interesting that they are adding more and more lines with all of these effects on this area. And how these characters are drawn right here, from line to line, from super rough, it's getting more detailed every time when this shape is going over them. Here again, we're getting more details, like all of these hatching now. That's some really cool effects here. I really like the way how they bring all of these different styles to make a final picture together. And here we are having some animation in the manga style. Before we only had the sketches. And this little animation of his hand is also really cute. All of these different ways are so cool. So this, I don't know if it really is, but it really looks like a real short cutout animation now. This looks like melting away, but I really like the art style because it has this pen roughly drawn style as you maybe draw some little sketches in the school when you are bored. Yeah. Cool. Again, something completely different. But I always like collaborations by Bump of Chicken because they always have some kind the same vibe. Like, here again, this also reminds me a lot on the One Piece Hungry Days advertisement video that we just watched a couple weeks ago. Like, every time, and also to the My Hero ending. And why? Because they are using this way of transitioning with special effects so frequently and so often that is kind of their style now, in my opinion. Yeah, that's super interesting. If you want to see more, like for example the One Piece video, then you can see it here, and more music reactions are here. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel here. See you at the next video. Bye!